Hello, and welcome. This time we're doing a recap of everything that I made in 2025. I hope you enjoy. Let's start at the start, where we start. It's January. We've got some dungarees, which I made for a friend from work, some ruffle socks for myself from birthday yarn from Ira, some socks for Dickie. He's actually already blown the heels out of these, so hooray. It's what happens with a garter stitch heel, my friends, and a pretty quick and dirty charity jumper. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through every single one. I just thought I'd start off thorough in January and then give up. February now, big month. Key things here were the crochet speaker cover. I just winged it for myself. That was top notch. And the massive, incredible cardigan, the Nordic cardigan that I made for an old colleague of mine. I assume she loved it. I hope she loved it. It was a full-sized adult commission. Into March now. This was the month where we had a Mother's Day stall at work. So lots of this stuff here was to donate, apart from the socks for me. Oh, and the Soviet jumper, that went to charity. I feel like it went down well. I didn't hear anything about it from them, but I wasn't expecting to. But that was the big piece of March. April, the month of the Indigenous colours. There was a request from the charity that I knit for blankets and things and stuff in Indigenous colours, and I was like, hold my beer. So I crocheted this massive blanket, and then the leftovers became a cardigan and a little scarf. I finished a black beanie, and I made one of the Red Heart Granny Square all-in-one scarves. Okay, May. This is the month that was obviously sponsored by this one ball of Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic in the colour maybe pumpkin or something like that. Knit, crochet, knit, and I had to include the beautiful little set down the bottom. So that's the crochet cardigan, the booties, and the hat all together. Adorbs. June, the leftovers of that Bendigo Woolen Mills luxury with some leftover sock yarn as well. July, a pair of gift socks in hawthorn colours and a 4-ply version of the Hexie Granny Square Cradigan. Yes, that's what the listing is called on Ravelry. It always makes me giggle. It's beautiful in a 4-ply. If you're only doing it in 10-ply, honestly, crochet up and move down to 4-ply. It's beautiful. Okay, August now. Got the big finished cardigan for my partner. Some more little charity hats there. Some socks for my dad that would have been for Father's Day. And then the beginning of Scrappy Squares, as well as another 4-ply cardigan. No notes. A little month here in September. A pair of socks for me. The leftover purple yarn from Dick's cardigan turned into a scarf. And another little Scrappy Square. Wow, October really has a soft pastels colour palette going on. Got a gift knit hat. All of the crochet came out of the same ball, which was super interesting. Went from pinks to purple to white. And a test knit for socks for myself. November, we finished the strange kids jumper thing. The gift cowl, which I'm super proud of. I think the contrast is awesome and I love it. And just one more pair of socks for me. December, we've got 2 pairs of gift socks, Mum and Dad, boom, boom, a leftover Scrappy Square, and then a gift for Dickie for his birthday in a pair of mitts. And that's the end of everything that I made in 2025. Now it's time for the big reveal. What was my final position of yarn stash after 1 year of actively stash busting, trying to buy less, trying to knit out and crochet out more? Yeah, so that final knit pick sort of really pushed me over the edge. I'm at a net gain of an additional 1,571 grams to where I started, which is an additional 35.02 50-gram balls. All right, key things on this slide. If you'll just take your attention now to the left-hand side of the screen for the month completed. March, big one. Good for me. June, very sad. Just 1 pair of socks. I don't know what I was working on in June. Maybe all the things I finished in July and August. And the colour, the big chunk there on the right hand side, is actually multicoloured things. So they were variegated yarns where they didn't have a single obvious colour. I'm thrilled the green is representing so strongly. Socks, the clear winner with 12 pairs, also made a lot of granny squares. Good for me. Baby cardigan, when you can crochet them out pretty quickly. I mean, of course there's going to be 7 of them in a year, but they are just a 1 to 2 year old size. All right, count of tight, knit 35, crochet 29 and sewed 8. Now you will notice that the sewing things haven't been included in the stash down. That's kind of separate for me, but I still like to keep track of the percentages and sort of what the trends are of what I like to do creatively. And this last one I'm really proud of. This is the count of where the yarn came from. So stagnant stash was, I've lost track, it's just been sitting there for ages. Previously used as leftovers. Bought immediate means I purchased it and I used it for that thing immediately. Bought slow was I bought it and then it sat there for a while, but then I still used it for its original thing. And that little pink sliver there is commission. So that's yarn that I specifically purchased to commission, and then whatever is left over goes then into stagnant stash. But as you can see, previously used is just over 50%. So that is the bulk of the stash busting. That green chunk of bought immediate and bought slow, that's not great, because that means that I was still purchasing things in. But it's not truly reflective of that. It's really the previously used and the stagnant stash. They're the two components that I really wanted to see improve, and they did. So that's my wrap up for 2025. How did you go with your stash goals? Did you do what you expected? Was it less than you expected? I also kept a tally of how much money I spent buying yarn. I thought that might shock me or force me to do something better next year. I spent $1,316.72. That does include commission yarn. That's all of the purchased yarn in. Most of the time I also included shipping because I wanted to get a full understanding of the actual expenditure. Next year, I really want to see bigger projects for me and less purchasing, but I still will be allowed to purchase yarn for commissions and gifts because I've got a few of them on the horizon. Yeah, tell me about how you went. I'd love to know. Tell me everything that you've learned about yourself in stash busting. What have you learned about me in stash busting? So see you in the comments, and I'll see you for a very knitting, sewing, crocheting 2026. Bye!